when did you guys realize that you were a brand? Like, you were like, oh shit, we can get paid from this.
But to be honest with you, we never wanted to leave Univision. We were actually very happy there.
And what happened?
Dun, dun, dun.
Don't hold back. This is your safe space.
You give so much of yourself, like in entertainment, you give so much, and then when it's kind of stripped away or they suck you dry, and then it kind of messes with you.
Who's running the stations, right?
Yeah.
You have an older person running the station.
Right. We're just getting started.
Esto es Acapella, the podcast hosted by DJ Friqueao and friends.
Welcome back to another episode of Acapella Podcast. After a short break, we are back. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It's very, very important that you subscribe because it helps our algorithm. It helps everything that we're trying to make happen here on this channel. So be sure to hit that little button, subscribe, and get the notifications. My next guest, with an S, plural, has transcended the New York Latin radio and American radio scene. And they've done it as one, but they're two. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to skip this whole intro because we have a lot to talk about. Lulu y Lala, welcome to Acapella Podcast.
Hey, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming, first of all. I know that was like almost last minute.
Yeah.
And I'm here, and I'm happy that you're here. So
We're
thank
happy
you.
to be here. I mean, like you said, we were going back and forth, and our timing was never right.
It was
but
never
today,
right. So this is something I wanted to know. Where the name Lulu and Lala, and who picked which,
It's funny because a lot of people think that Lulu and Lala are our real names, and they're not. It's Marisa
y Marianela.
So Lulu and Lala came from most identical twins, have a weird language growing up.
They have that twin
a way
language.
to communicate, right? Yeah. So we had that. We had this twin language.
It was like gibberish that only we understood each other.
It wasn't English and it wasn't Spanish. It was twin. Mm-hmm. And so within that weird twin language, she named me Lala and I named her Lulu. But it also stems from our older sister.
Her name is Liliana.
Yeah.
And so for short, they would call her Lily. Entonces, I assume
us hearing Lily, and then having this twin language, we decided, okay, well, if she's Lily, then
I'll be Lulu.
And I'll be Lala.
And that's
wow, that's how it went down.
But I have never called her Marisa.
And I don't call her Marianela. She doesn't even like how I say her name.
It's weird. Like, when she calls me Marianela, I don't even like saying my own name. It just sounds weird. Like, it's not natural for me.
How about when that song came out? Marianela.
That was different. I was like, okay, I like this. My name's getting some credit.
you getting some sonido.
Yeah, but también, like, people didn't know how to pronounce it. Like, growing up, going to school, they would call me, like, marinera. And I'm like, guys, no es tan difícil.
Yeah.
Marianela. So I was like, just call me Lulu. From now on, everyone just call me Lulu.
Wow. So I thought that name came from the radio scene. Like
No.
So that was you came to that to radio with that world.
We came to radio with Lulu y Lala already. Nobody gave us that name.
That's pretty dope. I didn't know that. I thought that name was like almost your brand. I mean, obviously it is, but I thought like you built that brand when you started doing radio and media and all that good stuff. No?
It's funny because that almost became an issue at one point where
there was a certain company that wanted to
kind of say that they gave us that name and wanted to take it from us. And we at that time,
Really?
because we always thought ahead, we had already trademarked the name.
Good for you. Good for you.
You can't take it. We own this, and that.
Yeah. So your background is Cuban and Salvadorian.
Yes.
Right?
Mami cubana y papi from El Salvador.
And your dad is Salvadorian.
Yeah.
So have you been to Salvador?
We have.
Salvador is super dope.
Many times the country has changed completely from the very first time we went back in
99
to what it is now. It's
Completely different.
I was there I think 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Yo.
It's nice, right?
It's amazing. Yo, them pupusas.
Oh,
yo,
las pupusas.
chill.
Did you climb the volcano?
I did. I went to Santa Ana.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. Yeah, I did Santa Ana volcano. So
Did you go to La Gran Villa?
La Gran Villa. I might have. What is that?
It's like a mall. But
They
it's like an
built it-
outdoor mall, but they have like an indoor mall. It's beautiful. They have restaurants.
I
It
might
looks
have.
like you're in some part of Spain.
Oh, I did Surf City.
The
I
Surf
love
City.
Surf
Yo,
City.
Surf City is amazing
Yeah,
too.
the beaches there are so nice.
Yeah, so and I saw Alex went there with I think AJ. I
Yeah.
saw him there. I'm like,
Yep.
damn, I should have went to that trip. But anyway.
You know what you need to do? Now, the next time you go, you have to go to the carnival.
De San Miguel.
El Carnaval de San Miguel.
Oh,
So that's the biggest festival in Central America.
when does that happen?
The carnival.
The carnival, yeah. That happens in November.
So what would you say? You guys more like on the Cuban side or more on the Salvadorian side? 'Cause it sounds like you're on the Salvi side.
We're
the thing
both.
is, we've been able to go to El Salvador more.
Right, obviously.
We've never been able to go to Cuba.
Yeah.
But growing up, our dad was always working, so we were more with like my mom and then my grandmother from my mom's side.
Because our grandparents from our dad's side, they
had already passed away.
Yeah.
So I think we have a nice combination of both. Like we're 50-50. I
Like
feel
with,
just
with
as
the culture, the food
culture,
at home,
food,
all that stuff?
everything. Yeah.
Dope. Well, you guys always like a package deal though. Like, were you always like when you got into entertainment, you came in as one? How did that, or one convince the other? Like, yo, we gotta go doing this radio stuff or whatever.
So we started in this entertainment world when we were very little because we used to dance. So we were always doing tap, ballet, jazz, flamenco,
The recitals.
The recitals. So it was always something that we loved to do.
Together.
Right. And then in college, we decided to do something different. Like, okay, let's stop the whole dancing and let's do like TV, radio, a ver cómo nos va. And we never planned it to be like a
What it
package
was,
deal. It's just that we liked the same things.
Yeah.
We got an internship with a place called TUN. It was the University Network. It used to compete with MTVU. And there we worked separately. Like the producer did not want us together. He was very adamant about that. Like, no, dress different. You're going to be doing press junkets and you're going to be doing red carpets and you're never going to be together on camera. So we're like, okay, we didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
But we always found it to be more natural when we were together because we would bounce off of each other.
Yeah, the energy. And
The riff was just back and forth, the banter. It was just natural. So when we left that, I think we were interning for Univision.
Yeah, that's when we started with Univision.
We were just...
Oh, you started? I thought it was at Mega you started.
No, Univision.
Oh, you started there.
So a lot of people
we're going to
think-
talk about that.
Yeah. We started the internship at Univision. I was part of the public relations.
And I was promotions.
Yeah.
And little by little, we started seeing how a news station works. We started seeing how a radio station works. We were always the type of interns that were there even on our day off because we just wanted to be there and learn.
Yeah.
And you know, back in the day, interns didn't get paid.
Yeah, it was free.
At all.
Yeah,
You had to pay your dues.
like they say.
Yeah. So that was at Univision.
That was at Univision.
Wow.
In fact, we never worked for Mega.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that we did.
I thought you did.
I never worked for Mega.
I mean, and I have a whole slew of questions for like the radio stuff, but I thought you started, I thought you started in promotions at Mega.
No.
But, and then with Luis Jimenez, all right, we'll talk about it later. All right. So now have you, like when you guys first started out, was there like something that you wanted to do and you didn't want to do it?
Well,
and
yeah.
Was there like a split?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, when we were with TUN, you would always get to do the press junket.
right.
So they would fly her out
Yeah.
to California. She would be able to interview all the stars from the upcoming movies.
Yeah, I did.
Which was a great experience for you. And I was very happy for her. We've never been jealous of each other. That's another thing.
But they wouldn't let her come with me or they wouldn't let her do press junket. But I want her to experience that as well. And there's not much that I could have done at that time.
Yeah. And when did you guys become like started to do
Together?
together? You said, all right, we're gonna become a unified whatever.
So that started
With
at
Nuestra-
Univision.
Yeah, after Nuestra Belleza Latina, when we did the whole competing of that show, Univision called us back because we clearly didn't make it to the house. They called us back so that we could start reporting on the girls that were left in the house, and that's when
With
we started
Gordi
working
Flaca.
Yeah.
together con Gordi Flaca, and that was the whole experience.
That was Univision. Gordi La Flaca. Wait.
Network.
As one.
as one, yeah.
And then
Which was hard because our Spanish back then was terrible.
Not very good looking.
not very good looking. We didn't have enough vocabulary to express what we wanted to express on camera, on live, because tú sabes, Gordi Flaca is
It was live, yeah.
So it was the little
a challenge, and I don't even know, thinking back now, how they even had the audacity to put us in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Tampoco así, Lala, give us some credit. We weren't that bad.
No, pero everything it's Univision, so you have to speak a certain way, and they want a certain look, and we were new to all of it, so we were like, okay.
Every time we had something to do, an event, we were always riding together.
Yeah.
And so I guess somebody saw kind of like the connection that we had.
The energy.
And the attention that it draws too. Because
It's definitely like a niche, right? Like
Yeah.
you definitely like your brand is Lulu y Lala. Like, I mean, just your brand is you are one.
Yeah.
You know? But have you ever been like in a situation? I mean, I was dying to ask this. In a situation where you felt you were competing with each other?
No, actually never. Like, and if we are, I'm like, if we're in a competition and it's her turn, I'm like, I'm rooting for her to do better than me.
Yeah.
Because if it's not me, then who better than her?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But always competition, I feel like it's like we all have little competitions. Like,
well, she's always competing against me, and I'm never aware of it.
But
when it comes stupidest things,
right? Like when it comes to like, okay, who's gonna get to the mall first? If we're both driving, if she's in her car and I'm in my car, who's gonna get there first? Stupid competition.
Yeah, like a friendly, like
a friendly competition. But when it comes to like anything entertainment, business wise, no, I've never felt that type of like. If it's not me, then I'd rather it be her.
Yeah.
And
Now,
there's been people that have tried to like
poner a pelear.
put us against each other. I'm like,
or say mean things about one another. I'm like, you guys.
Yeah, she's the prettier one, or she's got the better body, and I'm like,
we're never gonna. We don't see that.
You don't see that. No, I saw a video on your Instagram one day. You're like, if you ever come for my sister, and
I mean, the thing is, like, we'll have our arguments
and we fight.
Yeah.
But if somebody says something about Lala, you're done.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Like, I'm only allowed to say something.
Exactly, 100%. I agree with that. Yeah. Now, what about your personality? Like, describe her.
Okay, Lulu is very competitive. She is very, she likes to defend everyone. Even if she doesn't know the person, if she sees something unjust, ella se mete y lo defiende o la defiende. She's very strong, but sometimes because she comes off as the stronger one, there is this little vulnerable side to her that she likes to think she doesn't show, but she does. And sometimes emotionally, she's not as strong as she thinks she is.
Got it.
Lala is the...
And she's funny, too.
I want to say Lala is the more, like, lighthearted. She's funny. She sometimes throws me off for a loop. We'll have a conversation, and then she throws me a curveball, and I'm like, where did that come from? This is why we work. Because she's always happy. She's very creative. I have to say that. Very creative, and she's very lovable.
Yeah.
She loves to give, and she loves to help
Aw,
everybody.
you see that?
Thank you.
What a moment we're having here.
She might be. So I feel like she's emotionally stronger than I am. I'm physically more strong.
She'll beat me up.
Well, then she'll hurt my feelings. So it's kind of like, okay.
You have your Instagram is Lulu y Lala, and then you have your Marianela. You have your separate ones, right?
Yes.
But now, how do you manage that? How do you manage your?
We have fights. No, I'm kidding.
We do have fights.
Yeah.
You know.
So the brand one is Lulu y Lala, and for the most part, that is the one that we're always working. It wasn't not long ago. I want to say a couple years ago, we decided to make our own social media just because Sheila has things that she likes to do and I have things that I like to do. We are always together, but we're not always together.
We're not attached at the hip. And there's certain things that I want to post of myself because although we're always together, we are two individual people.
Yeah.
So I want to have my own thing, and I work my personal Instagram more than she does.
She does.
I'm more on social. I'm usually the one posting on Lulu and Lala, and I take care of that.
It kind of switches because when we lived in Miami, I was the one that was more on social media. Yeah. I was running the Snapchat, the Instagram, the TikTok. And now when we came back to
New York,
it's like
we flipped it.
You switched
so
it up.
we kind of have like our moments where in life where she'll take one side, I'll take the other.
But she's also.
But that's why it works, though. I think that's why it works because you kind of.
When it comes
you
to
almost
contracts,
think the same. You being twins, right? Obviously, I'm sure you got this question all the time. Like, do you have like twin telepathy type shit going on? Like, do you guys, when she's thinking something, you know it? Or
we can be in a room full of people, and she could be on the other side of the room, and I look at her, and we're having a conversation just by our looks,
by our eyes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we feel each other sometimes, which is weird.
And annoying at times.
When you're not present, like when you're like home and you're at
like
somewhere
there's
else,
a couple of times where I've had to call her up and I'm like, oye, te pasa algo? Because like
you feel it.
I'm all happy y de repente I'm like all sad and
yo, that's wild.
And I call her, I'm like, what's going on? And then she'll tell me, I'm like, okay, it makes sense.
So that's like an actual thing.
Yes, 100%. And the same has happened to me too, where I'm like, pasa algo. So, why am I like? It's this sudden thing of like something's wrong, and then I call her up. I'm like, you good? Something happened?
And then she tells you what something happened. Okay. Holy shit.
Like I know her better than she knows herself.
Yeah, it's true. She does. Yeah. She's the older one.
All right. Well, before we get into this radio thing, I mean, you already told me how you really got into radio. You started mostly with promotions. Mm-hmm. How you get into broadcasting? Right? Because you went from broadcast to promo to now being on air. How did that happen?
How that started was Pacha. Do you know him?
Of course, yeah.
Federico Martinez.
Yeah. I done some stuff with him on Univision too when he was in that
Yes.
morning show. Yeah.
So when I think he was doing the
He had a
afternoon-
Saturday show.
The Saturday show. And he would always see us, inside the studios, like doing stuff for promotions. And he once invited us to his show on Saturday morning. So we're like, okay, let's go. And then he's the one that brought us into that whole broadcasting world where he showed us like, this is how I do the show. And just by being in that room and just looking at him and seeing how he responded to the guests that he had and just the way that he came up with things, it was kind of like, oh my God.
And he would tell us too, practiquen. Like, I'm going to ask you something, know what you're going to say. You have this amount of time, and that's going to start like getting you comfortable behind the mic.
And then when we would have like the festivals, the 116 festivals, he'd bring us up on stage, and then we would see how he would control the stage and how he would work the fans.
That's amazing, man.
He is amazing at what
He'd
he
take off
does.
his shoes, and he'd do the una locura.
Yeah.
But he made it fun, and we learned from all of that. So we started, and then we kept going every Saturday. Mommy would drive us to the studio, and we would be there for like 3 hours.
Yeah,
and
just hang out.
At his show.
At his show. Entonces, that's when Luis Jimenez came back. Like, he was with Mega, he left, and then he came back, and he was with Univision. And then he saw us.
And he took an interest to us, like, oh.
He wanted us to be specifically
his
promotions for his morning show.
And we asked Pacha, like, they're giving us this opportunity, but we don't want to ditch you. And he was like, no, go with him, because he'll be able to push you girls further.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take offense to it,
Yeah. I just thought about your character too, because a lot of people forget, be like, I'm out, bro, peace.
No,
like,
right.
Good luck.
There is a lot of people like that.
Oh my God.
But no, it was fine. Pacha was fine with it. And Luis, I mean, he really took us under his wing, and he really pushed us out there. And
we learned a lot.
Yeah, we did.
So what was that like? I mean, what was that
Luis
like?
Jimenez is
when
a
you started,
genius.
now you're Luis Jimenez, right?
Yes.
So what
And
was that
just
like?
Being inside that studio and seeing him do his thing.
It was first intimidating.
Yeah.
Because you walked in and it was always quiet. When the music was playing or during commercial break, we'd have to go in and ask for everyone's lunch or what they want
or anything that they needed. We were the ones there to help facilitate the show, make it sure it ran smoothly.
Yeah.
But when we were in there and we would see, mics are up, they're live, the things that he would say and the quickness, his wittiness was something that was surreal. Like, es un genio.
Yeah, no, Luis the GOAT.
It was all so well
like
put
an orchestra.
together.
Yeah.
Everybody knew when to come in.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot because we were very innocent. We were very sheltered growing up. Mami, papi, bien strict.
Like they say, we were very green.
Green. So coming into a show, Luis Jimenez, who was the equivalent of like Howard Stern, just in the Latin market.
I mean, at one point he was bigger than Stern. At one point, I think.
He beat out Howard Stern.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, man. It was just we learned so much.
Yeah.
But you know the movie The Devil Wears Prada?
Yeah.
This to me, and I don't mean this in a negative way, The Devil Wears Headphones, because Louis was a genius, but Louis also wanted things a certain way. And there was no, like, if he wanted a pool full of ice cream for the following day, we needed to figure out how to get a huge pool and fill it up with ice cream and make it work. There was no excuse. There was no plan B.
Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same exact way. When I'm producing a show, like, this is going to happen. We're going to make this happen. Mm-hmm. So I get that part. So I don't judge, like, because, like, the production has to be top notch.
And I respected that. But there were some times where it was like, you don't understand, Frical. There were things that I'm like, how to build a human piñata. I'm like, how are we gonna do this?
And sometimes we would be like, oh my God, we're gonna get fired.
But you will get it done.
We will get it done. We would get it. There was no excuse for it not to be done by the next morning.
But that is a sign of greatness, though. Like when you wake up and the shit is done, right? And you're like, it's done. It's just what it is. All right. So now you're at Univision. So now, what was your tenure there? How long you guys were there?
We were there for about 6 years.
For 5-6 years. And what happened?
Dun, dun, dun. Everybody's always asking, like, what happened?
I mean, everybody wants to know.
Well, to be honest with you, we never wanted to leave Univision. We were actually very happy there. Luis was great. And the reason I keep mentioning Luis is because it was very nice to work with Luis.
Yeah.
There was other people that we worked with that sometimes made things difficult.
Yeah.
But you roll with the punches.
Yeah.
we had been there for like 5 years,
And
thinking we were gonna be promoted to finally full time. Yay!
Because at the
Benefits,
time we were
insurance.
still part-time, just working full-time hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you on air though, or it was strictly
We were
just?
partially on air because when Louis would have us go on, we had to go
You
on.
do street segment, I think.
Street
right,
segments, phone calls, and stuff
And
like that.
also, before I even get to the reason why we left, what happened was remotes, right? Clients now started to want to have us come out and do the remote instead of their on-air jocks.
Okay.
And so we didn't have a problem with it, but it became kind of like an issue. Like, well, they're not even technically on air. Why are they getting this
The gig,
remote? Why
yeah.
is McDonald's hiring them, or why is AT&T giving them
Yeah.
instead of an on-air jock? And we're like,
We have no control
we
of
have
that.
no control of that.
Yeah, the client chose me.
Right. And so now the demand's coming in. So now it's like, okay, well, the demand is there. You know, pay what is rightly deserved.
Right.
But that's a whole other subject.
Listen, don't hold back. this is your safe space.
It was kind of like we were appreciative, but at the same time, once we started getting that name recognition and the clients were starting to come up, it was kind of like, well, why do you continue to pay us what you're paying us?
Right.
Because they don't want this certain DJ on air. They want Lulu and
Right,
Lala.
right.
So now we have the demand. So now this is our price.
Right.
And so they thought, well, who are they to be doing that? And so it was kind of like,
Well, we're putting in the work.
we're putting in the work.
Putting in the work, and not only that, you also became a brand. When did you guys realize that you were a brand? Like, you were like, oh shit, we can get paid from this. Like,
That when the clients started coming in, you know, the McDonald's, I think there was a World Cup going on, and McDonald's came in and they really put down money, and we're like, okay. And we started asking around, and we're like, well, how come they're getting paid that and we're two for the price of one?
Right.
That's not fair, because I had my bills at the time and
And
she
I had
had
my
her
bills,
bills.
yeah.
And I'm like, we deserve to be compensated
as such.
as such.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we're a brand.
That's
but we're-
respectable. Yeah,
We're
absolutely.
two individuals.
Yeah.
You know, like if there was, you have a host and a co-host, do you pay one check for both of them and they split it? No.
Right.
Just
So-
because we're family.
Oh no, because you look alike.
And just because
Right.
we look alike
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's one person.
So that's
Yeah.
always been like the double-edged sword that we've
Yes.
always had to deal with. The two for the price of one, and just because we're siblings. But,
Yeah.
you know, we have separate lives.
Yeah.
But
Getting
going
back to the question,
we thought we were going to get full-time. Like, yay, we're
We've-
finally going to be...
we've worked our asses off for this, and you know, we're finally doing it.
And we had two huge campaigns. We had
Yeah.
a Chevy campaign, national Chevy campaign, and a national Subway.
And McDonald's. Chevy was about to kick off, but it hadn't. So keep that in mind.
So they bring us into the office, and they were expecting to get promoted. And what they told us was that we were actually going to go back to freelance. We were going to be demoted.
So
So at that point, we're like,
era una decepción where we're like,
So
really?
wait, demoted as in like because the gig kept coming in your way?
It was just
they needed
freelance.
to cut budget. And so instead of making us full-time, they just said, you guys are no longer part-timers. You guys are just going to be freelancers.
So in a way, are we even part of the company? Because when you're freelance. You could work for anybody at this point.
Yeah. Univision has a history of not making any stars, right? Like when you're getting too big, and I hear this from so many people, when you're getting kind of big, they kind of like, como que te quieren bajar.
They cut your wings.
Right? They'll cut your wings. Thank you. And do you think that you guys were becoming now like bona fide, like...
I just remember getting pushback a lot. Again, since I am the aggressive one, I remember when the
Are you?
they would,
I was more
when
passive.
like they would say, hey, this client wants to work with you guys. I'd be like, no, we're not doing that for that.
Yeah.
And you become labeled as, oh, they're being difficult. And I got tired of hearing, oh, Lulu's being a bitch or Lulu's being the difficult one. And I'm like, no, I'm protecting the brand.
Correct.
I'm protecting what my sister and I have worked so
And that's
hard
fair.
for.
That's fair.
I'm
Yeah.
like, so to me, I was like, why are you saying this to me? Like, I thought, if anything, like you want to help grow your people.
Yeah.
You know? So to me, it was kind of like, you start
guessing yourself.
Double guessing yourself.
Like,
Like,
are
am
we
I-
good enough? Or is there something missing?
Am I being unappreciative? Is it me? Am I being too aggressive? Like, at that point, we were kind of like, well,
You start to question your value,
Yeah.
and it sucks. It's a crappy feeling.
Yeah. And so when they hit us with the news of like being demoted, we were kind of like,
You know what? I
done.
think we're done here. And so we gave in our phones, and we're like, thank
but
you
we
so
let
much.
them know because de boa. because we're so nice. Again, we were very happy at Univision, and we didn't want to leave. We didn't want to leave Louis. So we were like, hey, you guys.
Thank you for your time, for our time here. We appreciate it.
But you guys are breaching contract. We have a Chevy deal that's about to kick off. We have the Subway deal that's already currently running, and we have this McDonald's deal.
They told you that?
I told them.
We reminded them.
We're like, you guys are gonna breach contract, because once we're out, we're out. Are you aware of that? We're like, we were being nice and giving them the heads up.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that.
Con todo y eso, they're like, yeah.
No.
So we left.
And
not even a minute out of walking out of Univision.
Once we left the building,
they were calling us up again
because they had just realized, oh snap,
this client.
Because we're like, we're done.
Yeah.
Like we're done.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
whatever you promised the client, you're gonna have to figure it out because we're
It's gonna
out.
have to be without us.
Right.
Yeah.
So then they started calling us, and then our lawyers like they have to now go through me. Like, and then I remember. Everybody called us. Even Louis tried to call, and I'm like, Louis, if they did this to you, what would you do?
Yeah.
Why is it different?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we're not picking up the call. We're not talking. You now have to go through our lawyers.
Right.
We tried to be nice. We gave you a heads up. We told you we didn't want to go. And you refused to negotiate with us. So now you're gonna go through.
And it was also it was so easy for them to let us walk out. So it's like, do you even appreciate us? Like all the work that we put in, you allowed us to just walk out like that.
And I think that was the first time we realized you're replaceable.
Yeah.
Nobody, corporate America
does not care.
You're just a number, and if they need to drain you out because they need to save a couple of bucks.
Yeah, well, we could cut. But the client situation, like especially with radio, like clients kind of dictate a lot of the, hey, I want these,
So that's what happened.
What happened?
They realized, oh my God, we still have these two clients that we have, promises have to be completed. And now we have this big Chevy deal. We had a whole T-shirts were made with our names.
A whole vehicle was wrapped with their faces. It hadn't even kicked off. And I think it was $1 million buy or something like that. They lost it. And they've never done business with them again.
So I think that there was a huge loss on their end, and they, for a long time, I think they've tried to blame it on us, but this all stemmed from them. They took the step. They didn't realize what they had before.
I think the general manager at the time still holds a little resentment
towards us.
Who was? I mean, are they gone from there now? At this
They're
point?
gone from there now.
Who was?
I forget his name. I know what I'm bad with
names. Not Eric. Is it Eric?
No,
not Eric. Right?
No, and it was one of those things where it's like it wasn't.
It didn't have to be this way.
It didn't. Like we gave you guys the heads up, and now for whatever all these years have passed by, and I still feel like they hold that against us. When we were like, we let you know. We gave you the heads up.
And we were happy with you.
So here's a trivial question, right? Or magical question. Because I've had Johnny Famolari on here, and he has some choice words to say about Univision as well, right? I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah, we did.
So do you feel that Univision is a toxic work environment?
I feel that's... I don't want to bash Univision because we did learn a lot.
We had a great time at Univision, and we worked with a lot of great people. And I'm not playing the whole political. I'm being political.
No,
but
keep it real.
Sometimes it takes one bad apple to kind of ruin the rest.
To go to shit.
Yeah.
And I think maybe during our time there, that may have happened.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah, because the only reason I asked you that is because, again, like I pay attention to a lot of stuff, but there's a guy, a DJ there, or was a DJ there that got fired, and he's now having a mental breakdown, like on social media. I don't know if you know this guy. I'll tell you off camera later.
I could understand that, or I could understand if that's happening, because you give so much of yourself. Like in entertainment, you give so much, and then when it's kind of stripped away or they suck you dry, and then it kind of messes with you, because they say never, it's business, it's not personal. It is personal because you spend most of your time at work, away from your family, away from your significant other. Sometimes you miss Christmases, birthdays, or whatever, because you have to be working at a concert or whatever. So I never understood that saying where it's business, it's not personal. It is personal because it's your livelihood. It's what's paying the bills. So when you put in so much to then be stripped away from it, it can mess with you. It
sounds like it was at times a difficult work environment to be in there, and the whole like.
I think that entertainment overall, whether it's Univision or any other entertainment company, you're always gonna have that type of stress
have that
perhaps
thick skin.
that toxic environment, because that's just entertainment, you know. And you gotta have really thick skin, and you gotta have your head on straight, because your mind has to be in the right place. If not, you're gonna fall into
depression,
drugs. Into drugs,
I've seen it,
into
man.
alcohol. And if you don't have the foundation, the morality that you need to have, then you're gonna fall real quick.
Yeah.
And we thank our parents so much for sheltering us the way that they did, because we were able to understand, okay, you know, we got to where we are because we worked and we earned it, not because we were on our knees or laying on our back.
Yeah.
And I say that with such
Oh no, we're gonna get to that. Trust me, we're just getting started. So all right, so then you were gone from Univision, never went back.
Never went back. And that same day that we were cut, CBS Radio calls us.
They called us up. It was the weirdest call, because they're like, hey, we just found out that you guys were laid off. Sorry about that, but there's an opening to do a morning show in General Market. Are you up for it? Now, for anybody who knows radio, it is very hard to cross over from the Latin market to General Market.
Right. So General
like
Market is AKA the white market,
white
American,
market,
whatever,
yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just for anybody who doesn't know, you know,
American.
Latin in general, because we do this in nightlife too. Like when we call also General Market night is a white night.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, right. And it's you're catering to two different types of people. You know, Latinos are very they're alegre. The white people are a little different. Like they're just
laid back, chill. Yeah.
laid back, chill. They can get rowdy.
Yeah.
There's a different mindset. And so for us, we were like,
or is this a prank call? Like, for real? So 2 days later, we were already in the CBS building.
for
2 days later.
2 days later.
92.3 Now at the time, auditioning to be co-host to Ty Bentley, which was the main host at the time.
Yes.
Nick Cannon had already left. They had brought in Ty Bentley from South Dakota. Very witty guy.
Very good. He was very good.
We learned a lot from him too, but we didn't know what we were doing. We were used to seeing Louis do his thing, and Louis was
And getting
live.
the pool with the whipped cream and
Yeah. And when he took calls, the calls were live. There was no, I'm going to record the phone call, we're going to
So
edit
in
and
the
then
General
throw it.
Market, at least at CBS, it was done differently. So to us, being inside that CBS studio and doing that morning show, we were kind of like, okay, we need to figure out.
It was a cool experience because we're still co-hosting. We're being led now by Ty Bentley,
who was also very witty like Luis, but just differently because he was Americano. Like, the
I
wittiness
mean,
was
it culturally was different.
It was culturally different.
He wasn't from New York though. We were, so we knew the streets. We knew what was popping. Even like we just knew. So sometimes it was hard because he'd come up with these ideas, and I'm like, that's not gonna work.
That's not.
That's
Nobody
gonna,
cares
it's gonna
here.
fall flat.
Yeah.
And you know, we
And
had many issues like that.
Another thing we learned too was because we were so sheltered, we would always think, ¿qué va a pensar la gente? Because that's what my mom would always say. No digan eso, ¿qué va a pensar la gente? Or your father's listening. And so there were certain topics that we would have to be open to talk about.
And
Sex, boyfriends.
And we would fight him on that. Like, why are you forcing me to say something? And he's like, I'm not. And
I
now
want you to
thinking
break
back,
open. Like, I want you to open up and be yourselves. I don't want you to hold back just because your mom's listening in or because tu tía va a escuchar lo que va a decir. Like, he just wanted us to just
come out of your shell.
Come out of our shell.
And at the time, we couldn't understand it. And sometimes we would even get offended. Like, how dare him? And now, looking back, I understand him. I'm like, I know what he was trying to do now. And I didn't get that until we were running our own show when we took over afternoons in Florida.
Okay, so let's talk about, so you left there.
We left CBS Radio 2 years after because they flipped the format and they laid everyone off. So obviously you get laid off. I remember it was Friday the 13th.
Damn.
I'll never forget it.
You've never worked in radio if you haven't been laid off at least once.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
Johnny
true.
saying that, actually.
That is true.
Yeah.
And so for a whole year, we were kind of like in that depressed mode, like, oh my God, we were on the radio and now
We
look
had-
at us.
Now we're
we
not.
had dropped out of college. You
That's
know,
right.
we what are we doing? We don't even have a degree. Do we go back to school?
Nobody's calling us. We suck. What is life?
Yeah.
You know, all those things that everyone has
We
felt.
had to go
Of
into
course.
unemployment.
Qué pena.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And then
We were at this charity event, and he comes by our table, and he pretty much was the one to put fire up our ass.
he
He's like-
embarrassed us in front
front
of
of
the whole.
He gave us tough love, and he's
Yeah.
like, what's wrong with you girls? You girls used to be out there, and you're this, and people love you, and you connect with people, and people can relate to you girls.
What happened to your guts? He didn't say guts. He used
Like-
balls.
Yeah.
He's like, what happened? You guys went into the Billboard Awards without having tickets and managed to get in.
You've crashed this party, and you've done, you know, what you had to do well, where are those girls? What happened to them? And
It wasn't
him saying that, I was just like, we have done stuff.
Yeah.
We're feeling
like that.
sorry for ourselves. Is
Sometimes
what we
you
were
need
doing.
that though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was that? What was the guy's name?
Oscar.
Oscar
Pena.
Pena.
Oscar Pena. I don't think I know
Oscar
him.
Pena.
Oscar Pena. So he gave us that quick pep talk, and I think manifesting, right? It was because of him that we started, believing in ourselves and speaking things into.
And realizing, you know what? We are feeling sorry for ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to stop. Yeah. We had a whole year of feeling bad. There's no
Let's
reason.
pick it up. Yeah, because
Let's
I mean,
pick it up.
you do go through a down phase. I mean, we all been there. Like
yeah.
you go through some down, and then
Yeah.
you pick it back up, and you're just like, all right, you know what? Let me dust it off.
Yeah, y
and
pa'
let's go.
adelante.
And we started.
Because you're still a brand. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
like this is what and again, not to go back to Univision, but like, this is what I think. I think yes, we're building this brand, and I think Univision saw that, and they're like, bueno, these girls are going to get too big, and they're going to want millions later. They're going to become another Luis Jimenez, and whatever.
Speaking of that, let me backtrack a little bit.
Oh, shit, we're going back.
We left Univision. We were back and forth. They wanted to call. I remember telling everyone.
They were
"Speak
trying to
a
get
lawyer."
us back so we could finish that campaign, and they kept spitting more money at us. And for us, it's like, it's not about the money now.
They
Right.
tripled the original price of the campaigns, and we said no.
Because
we
it's
don't
about
want
the
them.
principle. You
Of
really
course.
don't appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you were
what that
looking to
means to
demote
me-
me, and now
Yeah.
because the client's pressuring you,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
What that meant to me was, so then you did have more money to give, and you didn't.
Of course.
And now that we've lost, and the client's up your ass, now all of a sudden this money has
Apareció de la nada.
de la nada. So we're like, no, you guys still don't get it. You could
Yeah.
have paid. I would have done.
I
it for free.
had to say, I got to respect that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They even offered us a cruise, I think.
They did. They offered us to take us to the iHeart Radio Festival. I'm like, no, that's not it. Like, we don't
Wow.
want it. So what happens? They wanted now our name. Well, we own your name.
We give you your name.
We gave you, and then we're like, no. Thank God we thought ahead, and we're like, we're trademarked, so you don't use our name. What did they do next?
Damn, good for you. I didn't. I'm like watching this podcast as I'm doing it. Like I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy.
What did they do next?
They
hired
hired-
twins to do the same thing that we were doing. Of course, imitation is the
No lo
what is it?
mismo
highest
ni
form
se
of
escribe
flattery.
igual.
And our lawyer quickly.
No, we told them, you need to stop that because that's use of likeliness.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. What we're not going to do is trick the audience because I respect our listeners and the audience, and you're not going to fake them out like that.
Yeah.
So our lawyer sent them an email saying, these twins have got to go because you're using their likeliness.
Wow.
And I don't
That
think they
is-
like that either, but I'm like,
That is some popcorn shit. Like, wow, that's pretty good.
and then, but had it been the other way around, they would have done it to protect their assets.
that name is super dope, and that brand is super dope. I'm surprised you don't have a logo. You don't have a logo?
We don't have an official logo. It's just like Lulu y Lala.
Yeah, and it works for you because
Yeah.
I think you guys are the logo. Like your
Yeah.
faces are the logo, so it doesn't matter anyway. All right, so then
Florida happens.
Yes, Florida.
Jill Strada calls us up because she had remembered us when we were at CBS.
She had stopped by the station one time and she saw us. She liked our energy.
So she called us and she's like, hey, do you guys want to, we're thinking of you guys to be co-host with DJ Laz. I didn't know who DJ Laz was. I'm like, DJ Laz? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So they're like, at first we thought it was a joke. We never believed it. I'm like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah. We had signed up to finish college at Pace University and we got a full scholarship.
oh, you guys went to Pace? Oh,
Well, we got accepted into Pace.
full
And so-
scholarship. We're all excited. We're like, all right, we'll have a year. We'll take some more courses and maybe get the diploma that our parents so desperately want us to get. Because
So then we go down to Miami and we audition with DJ Laz. Now, I didn't know. He was called the
Pimp with the Limp.
Pimp with the
I
Limp.
thought that was just a name until he got up and I saw him walk. I'm like, oh.
you thought that was the innuendo type of thing?
Yeah,
I just
Got it.
I didn't think he limped. I didn't know who this guy was. Te
No,
juro.
he's a legend.
He
Yeah,
is a legend.
Yeah.
And so we were nervous because we're like, I've never done an audition like this.
Back and forth. It was just the connection was so good.
Like
Yeah.
we were just going back. The banter was great.
So we're excited, thinking, oh my God, this went really good. We get the call saying, we think that you girls have so much talent that you deserve your own show. We're going to put you on afternoons. And we got offended because we're like, how dare they think of giving us our own show? They called us to be co-hosts to the morning show. Why are they doing this? Not thinking
Yeah.
like this is
The next
another
level.
step
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
But we were so comfortable with just being co-hosts.
Because we were used to being led.
Now we're leading our own show.
Now you're opening the mic up and
We're doing the show.
Yeah.
It was scary. And I think that was why we were first offended, because deep down we were scared. Are we also capable of doing this?
We had the audience here. Now we're going to a new city where nobody really knows who we are.
A big change.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I had never really worked the
boards.
So I'm like,
I love the I love the choruses.
So we're like, oh my God, que pizarra más grande. Like, what button? What does this do? We're like,
Yeah.
we knew a little bit, but we were never really given the opportunity
to learn.
To do
learn.
it. Yeah.
And so
that was a nice challenge.
And
we fought. So I don't think we fought so much during that
Florida
time.
was a great time because we grew not only in the entertainment business,
in radio, but personally, we had to learn.
Because it was our first time away from home, away from mommy, papa.
And it was the first time where we had to really trust each other in business. Since we were always being led, now we're leading each other. Who's the boss? Many times I felt she was bossing me around because she always bosses me around.
That's so not true.
Yes, it is, and
so
it's
not
fine
true.
Because I don't mind it. I let you.
Que exagerada.
But no, she's always been the one to kind of like manage the board.
We fought because since I was running the boards, I'm like, timing. It's all about timing.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got to hit the stop set. And you're rambling on. Land the plane, girl. Just land it. And so she thinks
Wrap it up.
She would think that I'm cutting her off. I'm like, I'm not cutting you off, but commercials need to run.
Yeah.
If not, we don't get paid.
Right.
And so we would argue back and forth. And
creative differences. But lessons learned,
Yeah.
We learned to work with each other. We learned to trust each other and not get mad at each other.
We got the timing of it. Like, we knew what our jobs were.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened next?
Cox Media, so 2 years later, because it was always
in radio, you either have a 2 year, 3 year, or 4 year contract.
Right.
We had a 2 year.
I loved Miami. It's my second home.
Yeah. Miami's great.
I
Miami's
loved
great.
it. Yeah.
But we always had that but in New York, it's the #1 market.
Yeah.
Like if you make it in New York,
You can make it anywhere.
You're good.
Literally.
And so we always had that I want to go back. I want to go back. Whole family is over here.
Yeah.
And so we knew at the end of our contract, I'm like, I don't think we're going to re-sign again. I just don't think that they could
afford us
anymore. There was a lot of changes going on with Cox. And so we kind of just felt it. And that's when Rob Miller came and started talking to us a year before saying, hey, there's going to be an opening. What are you thinking of coming back to New York? And we're like, we're game. We will gladly go.
And Rob Miller is who?
He was the PD
of KTU.
back then.
At KTU. KTU is iHeart?
iHeart.
iHeart. Okay.
So once that contract was over, we literally got in our cars. We said goodbye to Jill Stroud and everybody. It was very amicable. We got along great relationship.
Yeah,
with
there
the
was
people
no
at
hard
Cox.
feelings.
No. There was no hard feelings. It was just the contract ended. Thank you, and that
But
was
did they
that.
want to resign you? Did they want to? Or
They wanted to. There just wasn't enough budget.
They didn't meet, right.
They didn't have. They could not afford two
us.
of us.
And I think Jill got a heads up about the gig that we had already been talking about KTU.
Yeah.
So she was at peace because she, obviously
She's a New Yorker too, so she understood
yeah.
it's New York.
Yeah.
To say no to New York, you're dumb.
Yeah, if you're in the radio game, you say no to New York, it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so as soon as we left Cox, we drove to iHeart in Miami, and we met with Tom Pullman there.
Okay.
And then he was like, all right, what do I need to do for you guys to finally sign this contract? Because we were still kind of
there were certain things in there.
Because Univision called us up again in
Otra
Miami.
vez.
In Miami.
Like
To
a
do a
bitter
morning
ex-girlfriend, bro. What?
to do a morning show, and we even did a test show.
Yes, we did a
For
morning
Univision.
test show.
For with Ito.
Yeah.
Ito was the producer
producer
back then.
So it was kind of well, we like Miami, and why not go back to our Latin roots?
Yeah.
But then I'm like, it's KTU. It's a heritage station. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's general
iHeart.
market.
It's general
Yeah.
market. The pay's never going to be the same.
Right.
It's just not. And so we told Tom Pullman, X, Y, and Z is what you need to do for us to finally sign.
And he did it. He's like, let's
Made
just
it
do
happen.
it, sign
He
it,
made it happen.
and it happened.
Yeah.
It's just different monsters. Latin, we're very family. No, I promise. General market is very if it's not in black and white,
we're not doing it.
It's like, it's very corporate-y.
Yeah,
so it's two different animals.
Yeah. Would you say it's a better work environment than Univision?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the pay is different too. Let's be real, right? What do we work for? For money.
And it's a company with benefits and
everything.
holidays off.
The pay's always going to be better. It just is. Again, working at iHeart was such an amazing time.
Yeah.
We were at KTU for about 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow, 7.
7 years.
That was also an experience because now we were doing nights. So we had done mornings with Louie. We had done afternoons by ourselves. And now we were doing nights.
But we're older now. You don't really have a social life because you start at 7. So if a guy wants to take you out on a date, it's got to be like at 4 p.m. You know what I mean? For a concert.
Go to breakfast.
You can't because you're still on air.
All right. So what happened at iHeart then? After 7 years?
What happened at iHeart?
Tom didn't want to renew your contract.
We didn't
No,
want...
It wasn't Tom.
It was definitely not Tom.
It definitely wasn't Tom. It was, we wanted to grow more with the company.
And
we saw the
remember-
Ryan Seacrest's.
Yeah.
We saw the Bobby Bones. We saw the Enrique
Charlemagne's.
Santos and the Charlemagne's. And I'm like,
Why can't we
okay,
have that
you guys
opportunity?
have Angie Martinez is the only person I can think of that really kind of stands out as a woman that runs her own show.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know who they have in LA. I don't really know that market. I'm sure there is, but en la área triestatal, I'm like, I want to do more.
Yeah.
And so every idea that we would throw at them, it was either given to somebody else at another station where we're like,
And you came up with the idea.
we came up with the idea, or it was just
No,
pushed in the
there's no
back
budget.
burner.
There's no budget. There's no time.
budget.
We don't have people. No. So it's like we actually want to work. And at one point we were willing to like do stuff for free. No, knock down. No. It was always something. Even during interviews, sometimes there wasn't enough people. But
So it was one of those things where it's like you can fight till you're blue what's
Blue in the
thing?
face, yeah,
blue in
yeah.
the face. But it is what it is.
And it's
so
not
you
gonna
either
change.
run with it and be okay with it, or
it was very stressful too because, you know, when you love what you do and you want to do more and you want to give more and it's a constant no, you then start doubting yourself again. Well, what is it that we're doing wrong that they don't see it?
Yeah.
Maybe we're approaching this differently. Maybe we're approaching them differently. Maybe how else can we talk to them so they understand we like what we do, we like the company,
and we're happy here.
and
Right.
we want to do more so that the company could get bigger. And if you get bigger, everybody
Yeah.
wins here. And I don't know, that was just lost in translation somehow.
And
Yeah.
so when it was time to renew the contract, then they wanted ownership of her name.
They gave us a contract.
Oh, they wanted ownership of your name?
They gave us a contract that was impossible to sign. Nobody
in their right mind
would ever sign
unless
that
you're
contract.
a rookie who's just started a newbie.
Yeah.
You'll sign, but nobody who's seasoned was gonna sign that. I'm like, I'm not giving you my rights to my
To your
social
name?
media, to my name, to any of this, and so they refused to do so.
Because
And
I
so
think the
when-
person in charge also had another thing in mind that she had been wanting to do for a long time. And so that was the quickest way to kind of like get rid of us. Give them
Yeah.
a contract that it's impossible to sign so that they don't sign and then they could bring in
To whoever.
And I
whoever.
remember talking to Tom Pullman, and he was kind of like,
My hands are tied.
he was up against the wall.
Yeah.
You know, he
For
had
whatever
done,
reason.
For whatever reason, he was up against the wall. He had done what he could do, but this person was pretty much, and then the union also was scared of this person as well. So it was
Didn't
kind
help.
of like they didn't help as well. So it was kind of like it's time to go.
Yeah.
It's time. It was a good run. I was very happy. I have really nothing bad to say about any. You
Yeah.
know, but it was time to move on. It was time
Yeah.
to just go and see what else.
The moment you start feeling that you're not valued is the moment that you need to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we were at.
Yeah. That's in every part of life, right?
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you're valued somewhere, you gotta be like, yo, like after a while, I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah.
So we already knew it was coming.
And
were
we
just-
gave them the heads up. Like, we worked it out. That's what I'm saying. Like, we left very amicably. We were
Yeah.
like, hey, you let us know. We'll ride out until you guys decide.
Right.
We left it on them. And then when it was time to go, we left. And it was that was
was
that.
that.
Yeah.
That was that.
And then after that, and then now you're doing the digital stuff. You're more like and focused on that.
We decided after it, I'm like, you know what? We've been working our whole lives. Let's break off
just
and
take
like
a break, yeah.
Let's take a break. I was getting married, so I'm like, let me focus on getting married and my wedding and all of that.
And I'm like, let me help you with the bachelor party and the bridal and all that and really focus on us and travel for a little
So
bit.
you reclaim your life back. Yeah.
Yes.
I can definitely relate to that because I went through that in nightlife too. That's why I left. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
just burned out. I'm done. I'm tired. Like So I could definitely relate.
Did you ever have a moment where you were like, is this it? Like, is this it? Like, or is there more for us? Because I know many times while at iHeart, I'm like, is this it or is there more? I think we could do more.
Yeah. You have to answer the question with, am I happy doing what I'm doing? Right? And for myself, the answer was no. Like, I'm like, there's something missing in my life that this is not fulfilling me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and when you come to that point, you have to walk away and reset. You did the right thing, I think. I think you did the reset, and now you guys are doing your thing again, and you are rebranding yourselves. Like, you are still a brand. Like, you could go on the digital side. You can do podcasts, you can do shows, you can do whatever to continue to reinvent yourself. You don't really necessarily, right? And let them come to you. That being said, you think that radio is a dying breed, or is digital now taking the front seat, and vice versa?
I think the radio is not dead. I think it's the way that certain companies are
handling.
They're not moving with the times as quickly as they should be.
How to work this whole new media, social media, and AI into radio.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody has that formula yet.
And the ones that do, I think the ones that do, from where radio stands today, to your point, they need to adapt quickly.
Yes.
And bring people in that have these ideas and not afraid to push the envelope.
Right.
Like,
The fact that Netflix picked up The Breakfast Club to
it's
stream,
crazy.
because people want to see that.
Yes.
And so
I'm
that's
so
why I
happy
feel,
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we got to work in radio at a time where it was radio, theater
Yeah.
of the mind, you know? Like, we had so many
no
good things
visuals.
going on. There was no visuals. You were in that studio, and, you know, you really created this thing where in people's heads, and they had to use their imagination. It's like, damn, people will never know how much more fun it was back then.
Yeah.
But you need to adapt, right?
Yeah.
So social media is it. That's it.
That's it right
That's
now.
the new era.
Content
And
is the new currency.
If you don't adapt and you move with the times, you're gonna trail behind, and it's gonna be way hard for you to catch up.
But are they processing it, and are they executing
I don't think
it?
they understand it.
they don't
or
understand
that's the
it.
fear of trying it out. Is it going to be executed in the right way?
Also, who's running the stations, right?
Yeah.
You have an older person running the
Right.
station who
Right.
really doesn't understand the whole digital world,
Right.
or they're trying to get onto Instagram and they don't get it.
Yeah.
Right? So then if you hire somebody that doesn't have the radio experience but has the digital experience, it's one of those things, like who should be running it now?
Right.
Should it be someone in the younger generation, or should it be someone that's seasoned, that knows the back end of how a radio is supposed to work? I think it should be both,
Yeah, I
hand
think
in
it's
hand.
both. Yeah, I think it should be both. So now after iHeart, you haven't been on radio back, right?
Yeah.
Now, have you gotten any offers? Anybody come back?
We did get an offer in Tampa to do mornings, to run our own morning show. They flew us out there. We actually did a whole morning show for a whole week in Tampa.
Latin market.
It would have been La 92.5 Máxima, which is the #1 station in Tampa.
was that iHeart? Who is
No,
that?
it's Beasley.
Oh,
They flew us back out again a second time to audition, to kind of like do the whole thing all over again. But there was something off. The contract wasn't exactly what we had hoped for. Obviously, it's never going to be the pay that New York pays.
yeah.
And also, like, certain things that we saw that were like,
Red flaggish.
They were kind of red flaggish, and also like, I
what
don't know
are
about
we
you, but,
really
like,
walking into?
Right,
Are we
like
setting
you-
ourselves up for failure, or like, what's happening here?
You walk the studio and it's the energy that you get, And I'm like, it wasn't there. I loved the PD at the Rick.
Yeah.
I wanted to work with him. Really, the reason we were going to say yes is because of him. Because I love him as a PD, and we've
Yeah.
heard nothing but great things about him. And we really wanted to work with him, but it just wasn't.
Something in our gut was saying no. And I've learned many times, though, when your gut is talking to you,
100%.
listen to it.
Yes.
And
And
so we
so-
declined
The offer.
We said no, which was hard for us because we're like, but it's our way back in.
Yeah.
What if nothing else comes? What are we gonna do? But we're like, no,
Something will come.
something will come, and we just, again, you have to listen to your gut.
You're doing the World Cup stuff now, right?
Yeah.
The Fan Fest.
Yeah.
I told myself the World Cup is coming. Yo quiero hacer algo for the Mundial. I don't know what it is, but I'm working.
Yeah.
I am
It's
working.
always been a family tradition in our household. The World Cup is huge. Like,
Yeah.
that is
I was reaching out.
yeah.
You also have to have balls. Like, I was reaching out to FIFA. I was reaching out to different people,
both were
companies,
reaching out.
Coca-Cola, all the main sponsors. I'm like there, like just hustling.
Yeah.
And then American Dream comes through, and we're like, to host their fan fest, this huge thing where I was just like, okay, yes, let's talk numbers. Yeah.
You don't have a manager, right? You guys don't have a
We
manager?
used to have an agent, and he was amazing when we just started with iHeart. Unfortunately, he passed away, and ever since then, we never got another agent. We've had an entertainment lawyer. We're trying to see now if we want to go back to having an agent, but we don't know, because sometimes you'll pay an agent and they don't do anything.
And you're doing all the hustling.
And then they get 20% of your paycheck.
Right.
I remember once being told, well, the only reason that you even got this KTU gig is because of the way that you look. And I'm like, you're talking out of your ass, kid. You don't even know what we've done.
What we've been through.
Why don't you do some research before you say something?
Yeah.
They think that, because we have a big ass, or, I'm like.
You have a big ass?
Apparently, but it's one of those things where I'm like, how do you come off and say something to somebody like that?
Disrespectful.
It's very rude.
Yeah.
And, we've had to eat a lot of that too, where it's like, okay, they just think that because we're twins and, we have this thing that's the only reason that we got to where we are.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, and talking to you, like, anybody who watches this conversation is going to probably learn from you that side of it, like the business side. Hopefully this is the objective that we can accomplish here and share this story.
And another thing that it's been very frustrating is like trying to build that relationship. Like AJ and Callejero, we all kind of started at the same time. I think he started a year before us. Mm-hmm. So we all been hustling together. I'm so happy with everything he's doing. Him, Marvin, Root. That day on the boat, it was a reunion.
Yeah, that was a good vibe.
It was a good vibe, and I get happy. I'm always cheering on for people to do good.
AJ owes me an interview, by the way.
Yeah,
I've been trying to get him on the seat.
And I see he has all these connections and good relationship with, and we've always tried to do that too. The only difference is trying to build that relationship, then people get the idea, they just want to sleep with us. And then now it ruins. So it's just like, we could never build that relationship that maybe AJ's been able to do, because that gets in the way.
Yeah.
And that's stressful, because it's like,
no, dude, we're not going to sleep with you.
And so because we
Funny
say
you
no.
say that, because that's my next block of questions. Did you ever feel you got an opportunity based on a sexual favor that was expected?
I have to be honest.
Please.
We have been very lucky to have, where the people that we've dealt with to get to where we are, I don't know if it's in the way that we portray
carry
our character, but we've never really had that thing happen to us where you're kind of like, oh, this is
they make
awkward.
it awkward, yeah.
They're making it awkward.
Right.
I can't say that we have.
Wow.
Damn, I'm not going to
That's very surprising, because, a lot of females go through that.
Yes, and we have, but we haven't gotten to that extent where it's kind of like,
where it's like an indecent proposal kind of thing.
yes.
Have things happen to us, maybe with an artist? Yeah.
What was the most outrageous interview with a celebrity? You're like, what the fuck? Like, what's like it went left.
Okay, I think one of the experiences that were not great was actually with, and may he rest in peace, but it was a very awkward situation. It was, I forgot what concert, backstage interviewing
Madison Square
him.
Garden. We were hosting different artists. We were, introducing them and doing
He
interviews.
locked us in his room, and he would not let us out.
And he kept making us repeat his hotel room number. And we were scared, because we were like, I don't know how this is going to end. Let's just keep repeating
We were trying to open the door. He wouldn't open. The security guard outside, also, I'm like, dude.
I don't really think, to his defense, he was aware. It was very loud back there.
It was one of those weird situations, but I do remember this could have turned really bad. For him to have done that to us, and I don't think he even noticed what he was doing. I think he was a little bit.
I personally had another experience, but I'm not ready to talk about that.
Okay, cool. But have you had other celebrities hit on you? What other celebrity like that we know try to holler at you?
I don't know. I'll never say. Maybe off camera. I'll tell
There's
you.
one that's very big that's actually going through a lot of.
Romeo holler at you?
No, I'm not going to confirm nor deny. But
Romeo tried to kiss me when we were at the Lucy Lala show, and at the time I had a boyfriend. I'm like, no, rude. I was like,
but everyone's really been nice. But yeah,
everybody has been nice to us. We can't honestly say that.
But I'll tell you off camera. I'll never say.
He's very big.
Yeah.
But we won't say it on camera.
All right, that's fine.
There's a few at least.
That you did an interview, and then like, yo, what's up? When we go hang out after this.
There's a few.
We've gotten a few.
Like that. I mean, come on, you gotta expect that though. You two beautiful women, like you can't,
football players.
We take that as a compliment.
Yeah,
like,
you can't get mad at that.
No,
I mean,
I'm not mad at that at all. Have they ever crossed the line? With that one exception, no. No.
All right. I got more. Don't worry. All right. So what about like you spoke about earlier about being a woman in the entertainment business. Do you feel that you were denied opportunities because you were women?
Yes. 100%. And I think that it's
I don't know
frustrating.
if it's because we're twins and we dress the same, or we don't, or I don't know if
women,
they take us
serious.
And it's frustrating because when the whole reggaeton era popped off, we were there.
Yep.
Like we were doing
You've been there for the whole
people
thing.
Forget we were part of that whole like reggaeton, like Calle 105.9. We were there. We were there when the station flipped formats to X96.3. We were there riding on Daddy Yankee's float the first time. We were part of that.
Came out.
And I don't think people remember that we've been there all along. We were part of it just as much as everybody else.
This is why we're here telling the story, because people
and I do remember at the time when we were con Univision, I'm like, why isn't there any really women on air? You had Laura Stiles
with DJ Spin one.
With DJ Spin, and I remember when they took that away, I'm like, why? La Muñequita, Nelly
Carrión, yes.
She's such a great locutora.
Really good, really
very good animada. They took her away, and I'm like, why? Whereas when we went to General Market, it wasn't like that.
You felt more welcomed?
Yes, 100%. Females had more, there was more on-air females on. So to us, it was kind of like women.
You ever felt like you had to kind of like maintain a particular image? Like, there was like, well, we're going to give you this job, but you guys got to dress sexy, or like based on your looks, like, well, I'm going to give you this gig, but you got to make sure that you play this part.
I feel like there's
certain things.
There are certain times like that. I felt that more in the Latin market, not in general market, because I felt like our talent came, like they valued the talent that we were able to bring in. As far as the Latin market, I thought became very gimmicky. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm not a gimmick. This is literally who we are.
Right,
we are
in real
twins,
life. Yeah.
And we like to dress the same. We don't always dress the same, but what you see is what you get. This isn't an act.
Yeah.
This is who we are day in and day out.
That is you.
Well, you've seen us.
We're
the same on and off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Now, what advice would you give young women coming into the business today? Like, if there's like a 17-year-old out there that's looking to get into this, or looking to become the next Lulu y Lala, or the next Lala or Lulu, whatever, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them to be patient, because you're not going to become a star like that. It takes time. Pay your dues. Observe and take it all in.
But number one thing,
the ups and the downs.
But the number one thing is, don't ever lose respect for yourself.
Yeah.
The moment you allow someone to disrespect you, especially in this business, they're gonna walk all over you. So you need to keep grounded and know your worth, and not allow any of these men to tell you or allow them to talk to you any type of way. There's
gonna be temptations where they're throwing you a bunch of money, but you have to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
but you don't need to sell your soul.
All right, that's good advice. All right, The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race is the best experience I've had, because you're traveling the world with people that you've just met, with whoever you decide to do the race with. You're learning about the culture, and you learn so much about yourself, because you're put in positions where you don't even know if you're going to be able to do it, make it,
or if you're gonna have a mental breakdown.
You'll have and it's all being recorded, and it really was an eye opener to a lot of. When I saw myself back, I'm like, wow, I really doubt myself a lot. Why do I do that?
We got the call through a DM
on Instagram.
We knew about the show, but we honestly had never seen the show.
Yeah.
And so when the producers hit us up, we thought it was like some scammer or some weird guy trying to get into our pants.
Or something.
Yeah. And so they were like, no, here's the email. Like, this is for real. We want to fly you out to LA so you can audition in front of the producers. And so we were like, okay, we'll give this a whirl.
I remember this very clearly.
So we did it, and we got chosen. And
it's a very well-structured show. We fought like we have never fought before.
We learned a side of each other, because I definitely learned a side of her where I'm like, who are you? And what have you done with Lala?
It was so bad. I kept thinking, I'm like, cuando mami vea esto, and she sees how much fighting we're like, we We have never fought in our lives like that.
And they got caught on camera.
Everything is caught on camera, and you're mic'd the entire time. I think we had a lot of pent up, a lot of resentment with certain things
that maybe we never spoke about and we should have. Yeah. And so we just unleashed it on national television. And I'm like, why did it take this for us to like sit down and have an honest conversation about the dumbest things that maybe hurt my feelings or hurt her feelings?
To be a good sister, I'm going to tell you something you don't want to hear. Vice versa. And that's how you grow. Yeah. And for a long time, we hadn't done that. We just kept it. We kept it moving. Just kept it moving. And this kind of like
unleashed it.
Unleashed everything. We learned we do have a lot of self-doubt. Yeah. Where does that stem from? I don't know. But we saw it. And I'm like, okay, that's why certain things have gone a certain way. The self-doubt. We need to work on that.
Because looking back, I'm like, we were always ahead. But then we got in our head and we'd hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
Why?
Why don't you do the Amazing Race?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Johnny from Mulari should do it.
Johnny, listen, I climb mountains as it is right now. Yeah. He's not going to be able to keep up with me. No. He's not. No disrespect. But he's not going to keep up with me. Trust me. Dating. As twins. What was that like?
Hard. I used to date a guy once that she did not like. So it was very difficult when all of us would go out because she was always like, here we go again, or ugh.
So wait, you guys went on dates, like it would be you and a guy, and then you went tagged along?
No. That, well,
or was like a double date?
Well, I've always been, right now I'm the third wheel.
So when I met my husband, like, he understood this dynamic. And he never tried to break the dynamic. Yeah. Like he never tried to push me away from her. He understood it and he respected it.
That would have been trouble though.
He would have not been my husband if that was it. And so
he took the time to learn it and understand it because it is a little weird. And I think that's why it worked. We have had men that have tried to separate us, and it's not gonna happen.
Right.
You're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
If 100%. I have to choose, it's gonna be her.
I once had a boyfriend that said, I don't understand. You were just with her. What is the need for you to call her? And I was just like, time out. Time out. What we're not going to do.
Hold the fuck up.
Is you start questioning me like, what's the problem? I'm here with you though, right?
So you have to just understand it. And it's hard because a lot of men
don't want to deal with it.
Or they can't. They're like, my husband the other day was like, well, if it's a birthday, do I get her a birthday? Like, he'll get her a birthday.
Which, let me put this. Just because you're dating one of us doesn't mean that for my birthday, you have to get her a gift.
No.
It's a nice gesture. It is. But please, no pressure. You don't have to do that.
One dinner, 2 dinners. Like,
yeah. Because I know it could be confusing, but we don't expect that.
Yeah. No. So have you dated the same guy? Have you ever
no, but we did like the same guy in high school.
You did?
Yeah. His name was Edwin Suarez. Colombianito.
How did that work, guys?
She won. Who won?
I won, but I didn't because I wasn't allowed to date regardless. So it was like, okay, well.
And you had more classes with him, so he got to know you more than me. So
yeah. But you never dated you never dated one guy, break up with him, and you date him
no.
None of that. That'd be kind of weird.
Code. You just don't.
And she really, I think we have different tastes.
We do have different taste of men.
Okay. Yeah. What kind of guys do you like?
My husband.
Good answer. Good answer.
Me, I don't know. It'd be funny. Like you're already fit. Like 90% of if you can make me laugh, you're
almost there.
You're almost there. Yeah. And I don't know, just don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm attracted to them.
Oh, okay. All right. Moving on. You ever had a guy make an indecent proposal? Like, hey, I want both of you.
Yes. All the time. You should see the DMs sometimes that we get, or
like money, like hey, I got $1 million or whatever.
We've been offered trips to Dubai. We've been offered trips to
DR. We've been,
but like as twins, like as hey,
twins.
We want you to be on my boat and blah, 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 like.
And it's like, again,
thank you
for the
compliment,
but that's gonna be a hard no.
Have they thrown money at you, like a dollar amount? I'm just nosy. I'm sorry.
They have, but again,
it's mostly been like more free trips.
We were offered Penthouse.
You got an offer to be on Penthouse.
Yeah.
Both of you together.
Yeah.
And you said no?
We said no.
All right. Why? I'm just kidding.
That's even raunchier than Playboy at the time.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Rumors. What's the most rumor
Oh my God, there's one going on. Well, I don't know.
I got one about you though.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold back.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait.
Rumors? No, that would probably. We probably slept our way to the top. That's not it. I mean,
I think the reason
if that would have been it, let's just say that was it. We would be so much further in our career a lot sooner.
we have more guy friends than girlfriends.
Yeah.
That's just because
Same with me. I have more female friends than I got guy
it's
friends.
male dominated, so it's not that we don't we have my girlfriends, but I have more guy friends than anything else.
Yeah.
And so when it's just like, how do you stop that?
Yeah.
People are gonna talk regardless.
Exactly. They're gonna say what they want.
Yeah.
And they're gonna believe what they want, even after you're telling them no.
No.
So then, okay,
Yeah.
believe what you want to
Yeah.
believe.
So you're married now. Are you dating anybody?
No, I'm as single as a dollar bill.
So all right. I'm in a group chat.
Okay.
And it's called the CNN Bochincheros News Network.
Okay.
No, you can't be in that chat. The other day, they threw something in there. I'm like, oh shit. Is Lala dating Sergio George?
Sergio George. I told you. No, I'm not dating Sergio George. Sergio George, first of all, we met Sergio George a long time ago, but I don't think he remembers when we were with Univision.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the Latin Grammys
Or the Billboard Awards.
something.
Yeah.
And he's been my Facebook friend for years. And in the
mine-
past,
That's how it starts, though,
in the past,
It
he
all
had
happens in the DM.
Always.
in the past, he's written me, like sometimes I post myself singing and he's like, you have a nice voice. 2 years ago, I decided to go do the Latin Grammys.
Yeah.
I went, Andres Recio, which is his manager.
Yeah.
We've
I've
been
known
friends
him
forever.
since even longer. So he was doing this panel and he's like, hey, if you're going to be in town, come through my panel, be there. It's going to be really good. And I was like, okay, fine. I go to the panel. And it just so happens that Sergio George was one of the guests at the panel. And it was then where we reconnected and I'm like, oh my God, so many years have gone by. I see you doing things. He asked about me. He actually knew my ex at the time because at one point he tried to sign him or whatever, but we won't get into that.
Whoa.
And so then
Come on, I need content for the Bochincheros Network chat.
so he then invited me because it was they were doing the whole Mark Anthony La India. They were going to sing, together for the first time in many, many years. So he's like, why don't you come to the rehearsal? So then I told Andres, I'm like, should I come to this? And Andres is like, yeah, come with all. It was a group of us. So I decided to go. That's where it started coming, where we're like now talking every day.
That's the one that came in the chat. They're like,
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm interested in this one.
So then I had my reservations at first because I know you show up with someone at the carpet.
I mean, you were on the carpet with dude. Listen, Sergio's my guy. Sergio's
love
my guy.
Sergio.
Listen,
tengo
I interviewed him in the
cariño.
pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him again, like in real, in like this.
Yeah.
Straight
and
shooter.
like just to see him in studio, like working. I mean, like I've had that. He's invited me to the studio, and I was
And
just
you've been in the
there.
studio too?
Yes,
Damn,
I
girl.
have.
I've been to the studio as well.
So then, just to
Yo,
see him,
nice save. Nice save, though.
I know, I'm just putting, I'm like, we've been there together.
just to see him do what he does and the way he is able to like make these decisions, and then like he changes his mind a lot, but I could see why. It's amazing. We go to the red carpet for Premio Lo Nuestro the first time. Had a blast.
Yeah.
And he's such a great interviewer. He like really gives people what they're like, bochinche. That's when the bochinche started. I'm like, Serge, you
Then
know
you
this
do
is
another red
Oh,
Serge.
no. Were you in Panama or something?
then I went to Panama.
Yeah, I got the Panama drop, too. I'm like, they dropped that one in there. I'm like,
But
I was
there
in Panama, and my husband was in Panama as well.
oh, you guys were all there.
We were all there.
Oh.
So I
Yeah,
go with him.
This
so
cheeseman is getting debunked.
so then-
You hear that, guys?
that was even more fun than Premio Lo Nuestro, because it's so chaotic. I've always been used to working the red carpet, but being the interviewer. Now I'm on the other side. Well, they're
As the
asking him
guest,
questions,
yeah.
and he's
Being
so nice.
pulled.
Sometimes he includes me in it, where I'm like, Serge, this is all you. Like nobody gives a crap about me. This is all you. You have the album coming out. But he's always so nice, and he's always like name dropping other people and giving people their
Their
credit.
light, yeah.
Yeah. Then he asked again for Premio Juventud.
Juventud. Yes.
And I was just like,
I got all the tea.
So then-
I was just down to come today. I'm like,
people start asking this, that, and the third. And at one point, I'm like, this is so funny. Like me and him laugh.
so you're not dating Sergio
I'm not
George.
dating Sergio.
For the record.
For the record,
I
I'm
want you to
not-
clear that up right now.
For the record, I'm not dating Sergio, but I le tengo un cariño. Like I don't know if he knows and I'll say it to the camera. I don't know if he knows how much love I have for him, because he's really been, at a time where maybe I was going through difficult times, he really was there to like.
He was a friend.
He was a friend.
He was a friend.
And I will never forget that.
I mean, hey, listen. If he's single, you're single. Why not? I'm rooting for you, Sergio.
Yeah.
Like, who's more stubborn, you or her?
Her, Lulu is.
No, Lala, you are.
Okay, we both are.
I think we both are when it comes to
50-50.
50-50, I guess.
Or 60-40.
No, I would say 50-50. You are stubborn these last
50-50.
couple of years.
50-50.
Yeah. Who's more romantic?
I think I am.
No, see, I don't like the
PDA.
No, I'm very like, I'll do things, but
How do you manage that? How do you manage being married and then being in the spotlight and being like,
Yeah.
and then keeping your marriage outside of that?
well, I learned in the first relationship I ever had, it was like a 15-year relationship, and putting it out there, people were always in our business. My personal relationship is mine. It's the only thing that I can control, because if we are public figures, people are going to say what they want about us.
Right.
And I'm fine with that, because
You signed up for that.
I signed up for it.
Right.
But they shouldn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so I put here and there, but for the most part, you're never going to see me.
And I'm the
Yeah.
opposite. Like, when I was with my ex,
Because you
I
know
would
why I don't
post
like it? Because then you break up, and then you have to go back into Instagram. You have to start,
Deleting all the
archiving or
photos,
deleting all,
yeah.
and I think it's ridiculous.
So you almost have to give people. I would have this joke like, where I'm like, hey, you gotta give me closure. What happened? You guys broke up? Like,
Yeah.
like what happened? I don't see the guy no more on your Instagram. Mind your fucking business.
Exactly.
Like-
And I also did learn that as soon as I got married, and this is the crazy thing about like this business and being a woman in this business, where I'm like, I get married, and then all of a sudden, forget Lula. Like now, they think that just because I'm married now, I can't work or I can't do certain things. Pero qué es esto?
Yeah.
¿Qué está pasando? I'm like, why wouldn't I be able to work? I have to
Yeah.
ask him permission?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah,
how we
because that's
roll here.
your personal life is one thing and your professional life is another thing.
Right.
So
well, I've learned my lesson. The next relationship I have, whenever that is, I don't know if I'll be.
maybe Sergio will say yes.
Maybe I don't know if I'll be posting it up on social media.
Yeah, that's smart though. How long you been married already?
2 years.
Wow, 2.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Thank you. It was because of her
Why?
that we actually met. So her ex-boyfriend is brothers with my husband.
You see him, your ex?
No, I haven't seen him since we broke up.
Damn. How does that work though? Like at like Thanksgiving and shit. Like you don't.
Oh, well, I saw him.
There's no cross like.
There hasn't been one yet.
Let me know when it does. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. Like, who's the boss when you guys are doing like a business deal with somebody?
Me.
She
So
is.
you
I am the-
handle like all like the.
I'm the boss. And that's why for a long time it would hurt my feelings when they would call me a bitch. Oh, she's the bitch. And I'm like, I'm not a bitch. I'm just
Firm.
protecting us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good dynamic though.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I'm more creative. Like, I'll have
She
this
is.
idea, and I'm like, Lou, what do you think? And she'll be like, let's do it. And then she takes it.
And I run with
And
it.
executes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing though. So what's next for you guys? What's now after like you're doing your digital stuff, you're doing a lot of the hostings, you're doing the World Cup, you're doing all this stuff. Like if Univision called back, would you go back?
There's a lot of things that has happened to me personally in my life where sometimes the stress is just not worth it. Nothing in life is worth your health.
100%.
And so to me, there would have to be a huge change in management. The money would have to be right, and the terms would have to be right for me to consider
Walking in that building.
walking in that building again. Much love to everybody that we worked with. We had a great time and we learned so much. But again, you go through a lot of things in life, and it teaches you
What's worth it and what's not.
Yeah.
right, and what you're gonna put up with and what you're not gonna put up with.
Yeah.
And I think we're all in a stage in our lives where we're just not gonna be putting up with certain things. Their mentality would have to change, because I still feel like they kind of see us. I don't know what the perception is of us.
But I think it's the same from 20 years ago when we first started.
Yeah.
Or
Or
15.
if that hasn't changed, then we can't work together, because we are not those girls anymore.
Right.
Those
Right.
two twins that were green, that were
Yes.
so like, oh, I'll do
Yes.
whatever. That's not us.
Yes.
We've grown, we've learned, we've
Done a lot.
done a lot,
Yeah.
we've accomplished a lot. So now the respect needs to be there. And
Yeah.
if it's not there,
Before I wrap this up, like when I don't know, 20 years from now, when somebody looks up your story. How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a good-hearted person that always tried to help the next person. I've never been one to block anyone or hate on anyone. I've always tried to help. Even to this day, sometimes it's like, you're too nice. And I'm like, that's how I want to I'm always rooting for the next person. And in this business, to be successful, you got to help each other out because you never know. I want to be remembered as a kind person that always tried to help.
I want to be remembered as like, wow, Lulu and Lala, every time they got on stage or every time they opened up that mic, we brought smiles to people's faces. That's what I want to be remembered. Like, I was able to put a smile on your bad day. You know, that we brought joy to people. And if I did that for at least one person, then mission accomplished. That's what I want. I don't want positivity, and that you don't have to do certain things to get to where you want to be. You could do this the right way.
God and family above all.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Any parting words before we wrap this up?
I want to say thank you for having us. This has been a nice trip down memory lane. A lot of things that people didn't know, they will find out.
Yeah.
You know, some things will be said off camera.
Of course.
And it was nice to just reconnect.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, we did have such great times, and I wish the times were like that now.
I know.
But, you know, maybe it will.
And if Yao invites you to be part of his podcast, do it.
Yeah, because, you know, like, I like doing this podcast because it allows me to, one, connect, and two, it allows people to tell their story in their own words. Like, not for me to go spread some shit I saw on social media and go send it along in a chat that I am in. Because sometimes I ignore things like that and I don't look at them. Yeah. But I'd rather talk to the person and be like, hey, like, you know, are you dating this dude? You know what I mean? Like, and just ask you directly. You can say yes or no, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes little things go, como te digo, they slip from my hands where, like, they tend to go a little controversial, but the objective here is for you to tell your story, like, and not get sonido or get clicks or views just because you said some shit off the wall. If you happen to say that and it kind of works out that way, cool, like Johnny or whoever, hey, that's you. Life is about the positive energy that we put out in the world, and that's, I try to live my, sometimes people piss me off, obviously, but you know, it's about the positivity and positive energy that you put out there, at least, and then it'll come back. It'll come back to you. So ya, I have nothing else. Se me acabaron todas las notas ya. I got nothing else.
Thank you.
You had fun? It was good?
A lot of fun.
It was good?
Yeah.
I'm happy that you enjoyed it.
Yep.
And thank you for doing this on such short notice, because
this was very short notice.
I was like,
but we made it happen.
You made it happen. I appreciate that. So, ya, me voy. I had DJ. Are we good on time? All right. So thank you for watching. This has been Lulu and Lala, Acapella Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. And cut.
Acapella.